Okay, hello everyone. Today we meet once again in our psychology lecture series, and this is the 8th lecture on personality and personality assessment. Let's continue. So these are our lecture objectives. You want to define the terms related to personality. You want to discuss the big 5 traits of personality. You must discuss the factors influencing personality, explore different personality theories, examine personality assessment tools, and as well discuss the role of personality in shaping various life domains. Okay, the terms used to personality. To start with, the personality itself, it refers to the unique set of characteristics, traits, and behaviors that define an individual's distinct pattern of thinking, feeling, and acting. In other words, personality defines cognition. You understand? Personality influences a lot on how an individual thinks, how an individual feels, and how an individual acts. You get it, eh? Yeah. Then personality assessment, it is a method used to evaluate an individual's characteristics, behaviors, and traits to gain an insight into their personality. You perform, you evaluate, you assess, you examine this individual's characteristics, how they behave. You get it, eh? And you get a better understanding of their personality. Then cognition is also an important term here. Like we said, personality defines cognition. So cognition refers to the mental processes involved in acquiring, processing, storing, and using information. Remember, as you utilize this information, you utilize it to think, to act, and also it depends a lot on how you feel. You understand? Then another important term is self-esteem. It's also obtained from personality. It refers to a person's overall subjective evaluation of their own worth and value, of what they feel they are, of what they think they are, of what they think they can do. You understand? Yeah, that's how self-esteem is important as much as personality is concerned. Then examples of personalities, we have introverts. These often feel energized by spending time alone and may find large social gatherings draining. In other words, they're not used to being around people. They don't thrive. They don't act, so they don't feel nicey when they're around people, and they're not even open. You get it, eh? They cannot just tell you how they feel. You get it? Those are the introverts. And then another example are the extroverts. These thrive in social settings and often seek out opportunities for interaction and stimulation. Now, extroverts, these ones, sometimes whatever they are going to do, even if they know they are doing it the right way, at least they must reach out to someone and first find out whether what they are doing is the right thing, much as they are sure that it is the right. Yeah, extroverts are just used to be around people. I used to be doing something that is attached to other people. You understand? Yeah. Either personality, it has its advantages and disadvantages. So don't say that meaning those who are introverts are bad. No, they have also their merits and demerits. Then consciousness. These people who are conscious, are conscious, are organized, responsible, and detail-oriented. Such a personality is very good to deal with. It influences a lot on the quality of work. You get it, eh? Yes, and then in neurotic, this is a bad personality because it is related to emotional instability, anxiety, mood swings, and tendency to experience negative emotions, for example, fear, worrying, sadness. You get it, eh? Yeah, so such individuals tend to be depressed most of the time. You get it, eh? They are anxious, much as on even fearless subjections. So those are the neurotic personalities. And then openness as a personality. These individuals are curious, are imaginative, creative, and open to new experiences. They are eager to learn and eager to go through something new. Okay. The big 5 traits of personality, the big 5. These ones were suggested in the trait theory. We are going to see it in the subsequent slides. The big 5 include openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Neuroticism. Yeah. So openness, it is the tendency to appreciate new art, ideas, values, feelings, and behaviors. Yes, eh? Yeah, we have seen this in the previous slide. That tendency to anything that is new, they are ready to go through something new. They are ready to experience something new. That is openness. Then conscientiousness, it is the tendency to be careful on time for appointments, to follow rules, and to be hardworking. Such individuals, that's a character called conscientiousness. Yeah, someone's always careful whenever they're going to do something. Then extraversion, the tendency to be talkative, sociable, and enjoy others. The tendency to have a dominant style. You get it, eh? These people already search for recognition whenever they are around an area. They want to be recognized that I'm around. You must, yeah. They want to make others know that they are around. They have arrived. You get it, eh? That's extraversion. Then agreeableness, the tendency to agree and go along with others rather than to assert one's own opinions and choices. These people are easily interactive. You can easily interact with them because even if they have their own opinions, they will always go with for the common good. Yeah. Then neuroticism, it comes from neurotic, the tendency to frequently experience negative emotions. For example, anger, we have seen this, sadness, as well as being interpersonally sensitive. These individuals tend to be most of the times depressed. Yeah. Then we want to have some examples under these big 5 traits. Yeah. Openness, when it comes to the low score behaviors, individuals prefer not to be exposed to alternative moral systems, narrow interests, in artistic or not analytical. They are down to earth. Yeah. Yes, we have seen this. Such individuals are always open and they're always eager to learn something new. They don't want to always go through what they have gone through. Then a high score example, these people enjoy seeing people with the new types of haircuts and body piercing, curious, imaginative. You get it, eh? They're not so much into what has been ongoing, or what has been known as common. For example, they're always okay with progress, with what is going to happen than what has happened. With how they're okay with learning new behavior than practicing previous behavior. Then conscientiousness prefers spur of the moment action or to planning, unreliable, hedonistic, and careless. Yeah, that's a low score example. And then the high score behavior, they are never late for a date. Whenever you tell them that you have an appointment in such and such an area or an occasion, they are always available on time. They are organized, they are hardworking, they are neat. You get it? They are organized with whatever they are assigned to do. They are persevering, they are punctual and self-disciplined. You find out such a character, such a trait is very important in education and also work quality. Then extraversion, a low score behavior, preferring quiet evening reading to loud party. They're always they're okay with being quiet in an area than always being in a social gathering, a loud area. You get it, eh? Yeah. And then the high score behavior, uh, being the life of the party, active, optimistic, fun-loving, affectionate. Now, let me make this clear. Low score and then high score. I think members might fail to understand this, but low score to mean that they're not okay with this. They're not okay with that. You get it, eh? Yeah, they may not be okay with such an example or such character. And then the high score, that's where you find them most, eh? Yeah, it's rare to find them in the low score behaviors, and it's very, very common. It's very automatic to find them in a high score behavior. I think that one is clear. Then agreeableness, low score behavior quickly and confidently asserts own rights. Irritable, manipulative, uncooperative, rude. Yeah, it's very rare to find agreeable individuals or individuals with such an agreeableness character in such a behavior. Now, the most common, the one which is very, very common to find them in, these individuals agree with others about political opinions. They are good-natured, they are forgiving, they are helpful. You get it, eh? Yeah. And then neuroticism, don't forgetting irritable by small annoyances, calm and emotional, hardy, secure. It's very rare to find neurotic individuals, individuals with such a neurotic character in such a behavior. But it will be easy to find them to find them constantly worrying about little things. They always feel insecure. They always feel hypochondriacal. They feel inadequate. You get it, eh? They feel not fitting in certain situations. They hardly socialize with others. You get it. Good. Then factors influencing personality. We have the biological factors, eh? Yeah, biological factors which include genetics, eh? Genetics, that is the familial characters, eh? Yes, the inherited characters, inherited personalities. We have these cases whereby that individuals from such and such a clan, they are always behaving like this. Eh? Individuals from such and such a tribe, they're always behaving like this. That is genetics influencing their personality. Then in neurobiology, yeah, this goes to their capacities to their functionality of their cerebellum and cerebrum, capacity to think, capacity to remember. You get it, eh? Yes, and then temperament as also a good biological factor. And then environment factors, we have family dynamics. For example, different families groom their children in different ways. Different families have different perspectives of children grooming. You get it, eh? Yes, and such other environmental factors, including cultural influences, such and such culture is okay with doing this. Remember, culture is what the society takes as common, as a common norm, commonly normal. So cultural influences, including values, norms, these ones influence a lot on. They influence a lot. Oh, excuse me for that. Yes. Yes. This, yeah, also life experiences as the environmental factors, what we go through when we are actually growing up. Then social factors is also another factor influencing personality. Peer relationship, the individual, the children, the fellow children that the boy or the girl is used to play with. Also friends, now for us who have grown up, friends who are around us, they also influence a lot on our personality. Then socioeconomic status, how much do you earn? How do you spend per day? Uh, yes, and things in line. Uh, yes. Also, education as a social factor influences personality a lot. Someone who is educated and someone who has not gone to school, they don't behave in the same way. Another factor, we have the psychological factors, coping mechanisms, attachment styles, and then self-concept. These ones also influence a lot on personality. How you cope up with the adjustments in stimuli, you get it, eh? Yeah, how we cope up with situations. Today I have money, tomorrow I don't. How do you manage yourself? All these factors influence a lot personality. Then situational factors, these ones now that come up occasionally, they come up because of certain situations. For example, stressors. When you have stress also influences personality. Traumatic events also, for example, you're diagnosed with a condition you didn't expect. A loved one gets an accident. All these are traumatic events and influence how someone's going to present themselves, personality. Then opportunities for growth, factors available to influence your growth also influence a lot on how your personality is going to be. Then now personality theories. We are going to look at these 5 theories. We have looked at them before in a certain lecture. However, we are going to try to describe them in relationship now to personality. To start with the psychoanalytic theory, this was by Sigmund Freud. He says, uh, personality is composed of 3 parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. These 3 parts manage a lot on how we respond to certain situations. He believed that unconscious processes and childhood experiences play a significant role in shaping an individual's personality. You get it, eh? So this theory is one of the most well-known theories of personality. Then we have the trait theory. This suggests that personality can be understood in terms of stable and enduring characteristics or traits. Characteristics of that individual person. You get it? And then psychologists such as Gordon Allport and Raymond Cattell have proposed different models of personality traits, which aim to describe and categorize the fundamental dimensions of personality. And these dimensions of personality are the five traits that we looked at the beginning of this. Yeah, so these dimensions are the big five traits of personality we looked at the beginning. Yeah, the openness and then the others. Then the behavioral theory, it focuses on how behavior is learned and shaped through interactions with the environment. Yeah, that the more we interact with the environment, the more we are subject to the stimuli in the environment, they shape our behavior and hence our personality. So Skinner's operant conditioning, for example, suggests that behavior is influenced by reinforcement and punishment. You know that theory of operant conditioning. Yeah. And then the classical conditioning by Pavlov, the experiment which he did on a dog, that famous experiment, that's also an example under the behavioral theory. We looked at most of these theories in a certain lecture at the beginning of the psychology lecture series. Then we have the humanistic theory. This emphasizes the importance of personal growth, self-actualization, and subjective experiences in shaping personality. For example, Carl Rogers, his person-centered approach, and Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs are key concepts in the humanistic psychology. I provided this diagram for the hierarchy of needs. Yeah, this hierarchy of needs by Maslow. Yeah, it contains this order in which needs are arranged. We have the basic needs, which follow under safety needs and physiological needs. Physiological needs are those needs you need to thrive, and then basic needs are physical. Physiological are just now your bodies, they are required by your body for growth and functionality. And then safety, safety needs are also basic needs now, which may include the shelter, the security. They are not to do with your body's functionality, but they also influence on the way you thrive. We have then the psychological needs now, from basic to psychological. Psychological include the esteem, belongingness, and love needs. You get it, Yeah, these ones also come as an individual grows up. Then we have the self-fulfillment needs, the human ones. Now you want to be, you can live without them, but now these ones you want, now this is to create, you want to create a difference between you and others. You get it, That car you want to drive, you get it. Yeah. So we know an individual can survive without the car, but it's a self-fulfillment need. Yeah. We have the cognitive theory of personality. It focuses on how individuals perceive, interpret, and make sense of their experiences. Comes from a cognition, how they perceive the environment, how they perceive what they go through. So Albert Bandura's social cognitive theory, for example, it emphasizes the role of cognitive processes in shaping behavior and personality development. This one is self-explanatory because cognition involves the thinking, acting, and feeling. You get it, How an individual feels, how they think, and it determines a lot on on how they are going to act. So Albert Bandura did this example and tried to get a social cognitive theory. So those are have been the theories. We now proceed to personality assessment. Yeah, this is a method used to evaluate an individual's characteristics, behaviors, and the traits to gain insight into their unique personality profile. You want to get there, but we have this definition at the beginning of this session. Yeah, so this is just an emphasis on what we defined. Personality assessment tools are instruments used to evaluate an individual's characteristics. In other words, the tools you use in assessment. Yeah, those are the personality assessment tools. Then this assessment is important for understanding individual differences, predicting behavior, and guiding personal development. Yeah, we want to guide someone. We want to predict how they will behave when they are subjected to certain situations. Usually, some people, you might fail to tell them their results for certain conditions because you know what happens next might take their lives. So it's better to tell their relatives And then in the due course, the patient knows as time goes on, but not as an immediate, not to create a traumatic situation. You get it? So personality assessment helps us to know whether such and such a patient, it is okay to tell them the results the way they are. You get it? Yeah. Then personality assessment methods now, or you can call them the tools. Number one, self-report inventories. These are one of the most common types of personality assessment tools. Yeah, individuals are required to respond to a series of questions that assess various aspects of their personality. You subject them to very many, or to a certain set of questions, and in their response, you determine their personality. Examples of these inventories may include the Myers-Briggs type indicator and then the Big Five personality inventory. Yeah, the Big Five we try to assess. We try to assess the big whether an individual has one or all of the Big Five traits. Yeah, the MBTI, you'll ask very many questions, but these questions are rotating around certain behavior, certain personalities. Yeah, an individual replies, I agree, I'm okay with that. I disagree, or I'm not okay with that. I strongly agree, I strongly disagree. You get it? Yeah. Then projective tests, these involve presenting individuals with ambiguous stimuli, such as images or words, and asking them to interpret or respond to these stimuli. The responses are then analyzed to reveal underlying personality traits and characteristics. Yeah. An example of the projective test, we have the thematic perception test. This test, we subject this individual to a certain stimulus, and then we watch their response to that stimulus. Then when we consider the behavioral observations as a PA method, PA I mean psychological assessment, these involve directly observing an individual's behavior in different situations to assess their personality traits and characteristics. Yeah, we watch their behavior. We watch how they behave to a certain situation. You get it? Yeah. It's also almost like a stimuli response, but stimuli is a controlled method for behavioral observation. We don't have we don't control what they exposed to. We just watch them behaving. You get it? Yeah. This method is often used in clinical settings or research studies to gather objective data on individuals' behavior and on how these individuals or patients they will behave. Then interviews as another method for assessing personality. We can have the structured, the semi-structured, and then the unstructured. I talked about these ones all along. Even in the other course unit of research, I've been talking about interview and survey sessions. So in interviews, you'll ask your patient or your individual some questions which can be open-ended or close-ended. Yeah, I talked about them. I don't think I need to repeat this. I talked about them in the previous lectures. It's important to go and watch the previous lectures before you reach lecture 8. We have the neuropsychological tests. These ones assess cognitive functions and behaviors that may be related to an individual's personality. So these tests can help identify underlying neurological conditions that may impact personality traits. This individual might be depressed, might have mania, this individual might be convulsing, might have delusions and hallucinations. And once we analyze, once we assess these neurological conditions, we try to tell why individuals are behaving with such and such a personality. Then role of personality in different aspects of life. We have career success as an aspect of life. So a personality, including openness and consciousness, we talked about these ones. I don't think I need to re-describe them apart from talking about how they are related to the given aspects of life. Yes. So career success is highly influenced by openness and consciousness, whereby conscious individuals will succeed very well as open individuals. Yeah, because they are time conscious. They don't want to disappoint someone. They want to they want always be open. They are always eager to learn more. You get it? Yes. Another aspect of life is the relationships. So we have the agreeable behavior. Excuse me. So agreeableness, kindness, empathy, and cooperation are good personalities in relationship, because someone is not so much arguing. Someone easily agrees with you. You can sit down and discuss with them. Someone is empathetic. Someone can feel, try to feel how you feel. Someone is cooperative. Such personalities are very good in relationships. Then health and overall well-being as an aspect of life. We have optimism as a personality, resilience for better coping mechanisms. You get it, eh? Yes, who's an individual who is resilient to have a better lifestyle, a better life. You get it, eh? Such personalities will influence very well positively in their health and overall well-being. Then education, as an aspect of life, it is influenced a lot positively by personalities such as curiosity. Curiosity, someone is eager to learn. Yeah, perseverance, because such individual who is when during education we go through a lot of things which most of them are negative to us, to our lives. So you must persevere to succeed. Then conscientiousness. Yeah, this includes, like we have been saying, uh learn like doing assignments on time. Individuals don't want to disappoint others, their teachers in this case. You get it, eh? Yeah. Then decision making as an aspect of life, still consciousness is a very important personality trait in this category. Then leadership as an aspect of life, a leader is needed to be emotionally intelligent and assertive. Yeah, emotional intelligence and assertiveness are very good personalities in leadership as an aspect of life. Because as a leader, you'll be subject to very many tough situations that need you to think well and take important decisions. You need to take on dangerous risks that you must possibly go through, or else the life of your subordinates is gone. Yeah. So this marks the end of our lecture for today. Thanks for watching. Our next lecture is going to be on personality disorders. Personality disorders. We are going to see their categories, and we shall also see how we can treat them. Personality disorders. These personality disorders, they come from personalities. Yeah, they come. We are trying now. We have seen now the normal. Now we want to see the abnormal. That is going to be in our next lecture. So this is what we had to present today. I guess members have learned and have enjoyed this lecture. It has been on personality and personality assessment. These have been our objectives. Yeah, have a nice time. Thank you.